Welcome to CourtSpiral, where truth is stranger than fiction. Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking legal battles that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about justice. In the world of the rich and powerful, no one is beyond the law. But sometimes the law itself becomes a game where the stakes are higher than we can imagine. Let's take a look at how the legal fight to protect a governor's reputation unfolded in the case of Governor John Mitchell. Governor Mitchell was once a celebrated figure in his state, a titan of politics, known for his charismatic leadership and unwavering commitment to public service. He had risen through the ranks from a small-town mayor to a state senator and ultimately to the governor's mansion. However, what looked like a fairy tale trajectory soon turned into a nightmare when a scandal erupted that threatened to shatter his reputation and career. The scandal began when an anonymous whistleblower came forward with allegations of corruption within the governor's office. The claims suggested that Governor Mitchell had engaged in unethical dealings with various lobbyists, favoring their interests over those of his constituents. The media caught wind of the story and a feeding frenzy ensued. Headlines blared and news outlets scrambled to uncover the truth behind the allegations. The governor, once revered as a champion of the people, was suddenly painted as a corrupt politician. As the allegations circulated, public opinion began to shift. Supporters turned into detractors, and the governor found himself in a precarious position. He was determined to clear his name and protect his legacy. But how? The answer lay in a legal strategy that would unfold over the next several months, involving high-stakes litigation, expert witnesses, and a battle for public perception. Governor Mitchell assembled a team of top-notch attorneys known for their prowess in defamation cases to represent him. They faced a daunting challenge. Not only did they need to dismantle the allegations against him, but they also had to consider the broader implications of the case. If they lost, it wouldn't just mean a tarnished reputation, it could signal the end of his political career. The first step in their strategy was to identify the source of the allegations. The whistleblower remained anonymous, presenting a significant hurdle. Under normal circumstances, the law protects whistleblowers, encouraging them to come forward with information about wrongdoing. But in this case, the governor's team believed that exposing the whistleblower's identity could reveal ulterior motives, perhaps even a personal vendetta against the governor. The legal team filed a motion to compel the whistleblower's identity, arguing that it was crucial for the defense to confront the accuser directly. However, the courts were reluctant to breach the protective veil shielding the whistleblower, fearing it would discourage future whistleblowers from coming forward in genuine cases of misconduct. This legal tug-of-war set the stage for a dramatic courtroom showdown. As the case progressed, the media continued to sensationalize the allegations. News reports detailed supposed meetings between the governor and lobbyists, linking them to suspicious campaign contributions. The narrative painted a damning picture, one that suggested a conspiracy of corruption at the highest levels of government. The governor's attorneys knew that they needed to counter this narrative not just in the courtroom but also in the court of public opinion. To combat the negative press, they arranged a series of press conferences where Governor Mitchell would address the allegations directly. His team carefully crafted messages that emphasized his commitment to transparency and accountability. They invited reporters to ask questions, hoping to dispel rumors and regain public trust. The governor's charisma shone through as he passionately defended his record and vowed to fight back against the accusations. Just when it seemed like the governor was gaining ground, the tide turned once again. The whistleblower's attorney, a savvy and seasoned legal mind, made a bold move. They filed a countersuit alleging that Governor Mitchell and his legal team were engaging in harassment and intimidation tactics to try to uncover the whistleblower's identity. This unexpected turn of events shifted the focus of the case, setting off a chain reaction that would complicate the proceedings. The countersuit added layers of complexity, forcing the governor's team to navigate a defensive strategy while still pursuing their original goal of vindication. They argued that the whistleblower's claims were unfounded and that the countersuit was a diversionary tactic meant to silence legitimate inquiry. However, as the case dragged on, public opinion began to sway once more, with some starting to view the governor as an aggressor rather than a victim. To bolster their position, the governor's attorneys sought expert testimony from political analysts and ethics professors. They aimed to establish that the allegations against the governor were not only baseless but also detrimental to the very fabric of democracy. They argued that holding public officials accountable was essential, but that accountability should not be conflated with unfounded accusations aimed at destroying reputations. The courtroom became a battleground of ideas, with experts on both sides presenting their cases. The prosecution maintained that the governor's actions were emblematic of a larger problem in politics, where money and influence often overshadow ethical governance. The defense countered that without credible evidence, the allegations were nothing more than a smear campaign, one that could have dangerous implications for the political landscape. As the trial reached its climax, the tension in the courtroom was palpable. The judge, aware of the high stakes involved, urged both sides to consider the broader implications of their fight. This was not just about one man's reputation, it was about the trust the public placed in their leaders. The judge's words resonated, adding an air of gravity to the proceedings. Just when it seemed like this case was about to wrap up, something unexpected happened. The whistleblower, after months of remaining anonymous, decided to come forward publicly. They revealed their identity during a press conference, stating that they felt compelled to speak out after facing relentless pressure and threats from the governor's supporters. This dramatic revelation sent shockwaves through the courtroom and the media alike. The whistleblower's decision introduced a new layer of complexity. Their testimony provided a personal account of the alleged corruption, detailing meetings and conversations that they claimed took place behind closed doors. The defense team scrambled to adjust their strategy, seeking to challenge the credibility of the whistleblower's account while simultaneously addressing the public's renewed interest in the case. As the trial approached its conclusion, the jury was faced with a difficult task. They had to sift through the emotional testimonies, the legal arguments, and the myriad of public opinions swirling around the case. The judge reminded them that their duty was to deliver a verdict based solely on the evidence presented in court, free from the influence of media sensationalism or public sentiment. The jury deliberated for days, weighing the evidence and the testimonies they had heard. Finally, they returned to the courtroom, and the tension was almost unbearable. The foreman stood and read the verdict, not guilty on all charges. The courtroom erupted in a mixture of cheers and gasps. Governor Mitchell had emerged victorious, but the battle had left deep scars. In the end, justice prevailed, but it left behind many unanswered questions. Was the verdict truly fair, or was there more beneath the surface? The governor's reputation had been restored, but the damage to public trust in political institutions lingered. The case had exposed the fragility of reputations in the world of politics, where allegations can spread like wildfire and the truth often lies obscured in a haze of speculation and innuendo. The fallout from the trial continued to ripple through the political landscape. While Governor Mitchell resumed his duties, the public remained divided. Supporters celebrated the verdict, viewing it as a victory for justice. Detractors, however, remained skeptical, questioning whether the system had truly worked as intended. As the dust settled, the governor's team reflected on the lessons learned. They recognized that reputation is a fragile construct, easily shattered by rumors and allegations. The legal fight had revealed the power of narrative in shaping public perception and the importance of maintaining transparency and open communication with constituents. In a world where the rich and powerful often wield influence over the justice system, this case served as a reminder of the complexities involved in protecting one's reputation. It illustrated the delicate balance between accountability and the potential for abuse of power. The legal battle had been won, but the war over public perception raged on. What do you think about this case? Was justice truly served, or did the system fail? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to CourtSpiral for more shocking stories from the world of law. Don't forget to like and subscribe to CourtSpiral. We're back every week with new, shocking stories. Let's continue exploring just how unpredictable justice can be.